Most AI coding tools today require subscriptions. But what if I told you there's an open source AI coding assistant that can build websites, fix bugs, explain code, and even help with cybersecurity tasks? In today's video, I'll install the OpenCode on my Windows machine and set it up from scratch, build a website, improve it using AI prompts, test its debugging capabilities, and explore some cybersecurity use cases. By the end of this video, you'll know whether OpenCode deserves a place in your workflow. Let's get started. Let's start with the installation of OpenCode. By searching OpenCode online, you will be able to see a website which is opencode.ai. So by opening that particular website, you will be able to view the official website of OpenCode. In this website, you have the option to download. So click here and you have the option to select where you want to download. Like in this case, we are going to download it on the Windows. So I'm just clicking the Windows x64. If you're downloading it on Mac OS and if you're downloading it on Linux, you have to select accordingly. So once the download is completed, you will be able to see this option. So I'm just clicking this in the OpenCode desktop installer.exe. So it's installing. It's so simple to install, like you install a usual software in your Windows environment. So by clicking that, you will be able to see that option and it's installed in an ease. So no need to worry, no need to do some complex setups. It's so easy to install. So from here at the end, you can see the model. It supports some of the free models like the Mimo version 2.5 free, the Nemotron, the DeepSeek, the North Mini Code, and the Big Pickle. These are some of the free models as of now available in the OpenCode platform. So by hovering over here, you can see its details like the Mimo version 2.5 free model allows the text, image, audio, video, and it also allows reasoning, and it has a context limit of 2 lakh. Right, like that you can just hover over to see its details of each models. By comparing all these models, so I am able to see that the Mimo model allows image, audio, video separately, as all other models seems to be allowing only text. Right. So in this video, I'm just focusing more on the North Mini Code free. So this is a great model. I personally used it. I personally enjoyed using this model because I'm just going to build a website right now. So as a cybersecurity enthusiast, so all of these people watching this video will have to build something. So the one that I'm going to build a website using this model is the cybersecurity portfolio website. So for that, we have the build option and the plan option here, right? So let it be in the build option, and we have the default, none, and high mode. Let it be in the default mode. So what I'm going to do right now is to just expanding the size, and I'm just asking the normal way, and I'm just saying that I want to create a cybersecurity. So I want to create a cybersecurity portfolio website. So that is what I'm going to create using this, but I have to give something like it should look like hacker vibe. So like that, you can just give some prompts to this model like the North Mini Code free, which is this case. I get some errors also, like some bad request errors, maybe because of this model has error right now. So I just retried with another prompt, like I want to create a cybersecurity portfolio website, create in this particular directory. I specified the directory in which it want to create the website. So I just used the another model called the Mimo version 2.5 free model, and it created. So after waiting some little time, I was able to create a website. So this is how it looks like. How cool it is, right? This is a free model. It can create a cool looking websites, right? So you can just prompt mode to change the website's tone or any other thing there according to your needs. Like this is really cool, right? So if you want to change this accordingly, like you can just give your name. So you have to give some more prompts and add your bio and add your skills and add your projects and add your contact details so that it will get added to this. So let's do this, some of these, like I'm just saying my So I just specified my name and asked the AI tool to add some projects and add some write-up notes. So it is exploring and asking me for permission. I just allowed for once and update name to Akshay across the portfolio and adding some write-ups section in the CTF for security write-ups, and it is again going to do a lot. Like I'm just allowing some of the permissions and it requires some permission, so I'm just allowing all of these permission to write. So here you can see, now you can see, so let's add this also. Okay, after waiting some time, the name and the items and the nodes are added, and this is how it looks like. So the name was added, and by clicking here, we were able to see some of the projects. These are called as missions in this case, and you will be able to see a option for the write-ups. While clicking that, you will be able to see some of the write-ups. So these are some of the demos. If you have one, then you can just add that accordingly. And you also have the node sections. Once you click here, you will be able to see some of the nodes. So these are some of the demos. If you want it to happen, then if you have those things, then you can just add that and to give the link to the AI tool, it will create accordingly. And how cool it is, right? So like that, you can just give your email address or the GitHub or LinkedIn or Twitter or X if you have. So like that, you can just add more by giving more details into this tool, right? So how cool it is, right? Okay, now I'm using a vulnerable code. I just pasted a vulnerable code here, and I'm just saying analyze for any vulnerabilities. So I've been using this model for analyzing a vulnerability. I just pasted a vulnerable code here and asking this AI model, the Mimo version 2.5 free model, to analyze for any vulnerabilities. So it is thinking and it is going to analyze me the vulnerabilities. Let's see here. You can see there is a critical SQL injection vulnerability existed in this code, and a weak password hashing is also there in this code, and hard-coded admin credentials is also in this code, and no session expiration enforcement, and no rate limiting, and a lot of other vulnerabilities you will be able to see by pasting the code. You will be able to see. So at the end, now we are going to fix. So at the end, you can see the summary table, which includes all the vulnerabilities and its severity and the OWASP model in it. At the end, you can see the summary table and the vulnerability name and the severity and its OWASP model, right? So other than that, we can see, we can say this AI model to fix all vulnerabilities and give me the code. So I'm just asking the AI to fix up all the vulnerabilities in this code and give me the code, right? So yeah, I just spelled it wrong. So this is AI. It needs to correct that, right? So yeah, let's see what happens right now. So you can see there is 0 of 2 to-dos completed. The right fixed Flask app with 14 vulnerabilities patched. There is 14 vulnerabilities in this code that I pasted. So yeah, it is going to fix all those 14 vulnerabilities it discovered. So and it also going to write the requirements.txt with the new dependencies. Okay, now the fixed app written into this particular directory in which they created app fixed. So this 14 vulnerabilities got fixed, and how we can run this will be also shown here. So here is the code. Okay, other than that, I'm just pasting a code, and what I'm going to do is explain the code. So now it will going to explain the code. So let's see how the explanation looks like in this Mimo version 2.5 free model. Like we have the core architecture, which includes 3 SQLite database SQLite tables, which is the users, employees, and audit logs. These are the 3 SQLite tables available, and there are security patches applied. These are the security patches that we previously applied into it, and the root summary, the authentication page, the employees, the search information, the admin, the health information, and all those information about this code was explained, right? You can also ask how it works. Like I just said, explain it's working. So now it is gonna explain its working of this particular code. You can see the authentication flow, and you can also see the session and request validation and the employee CRUD operations and a lot of other details and how this works. So like that, you can just chat with it to know more information about it. You can also use this model to get more information about cybersecurity information. Like if you don't know about cloud computing, like that the one you usually chat with the normal AI tools, like cloud computing explain all about it. So when I ask like this, how this AI process and how the explanation looks like as compared to other AI models that you usually use, like the service model, the explanation, the deployment models, the core services. These are some of the usual AI replay that you can see, but we have the architectural patterns, so it can draw things like this, and which feels pretty good. Which feels pretty good for a free AI model like this, right? We can also switch to the North menu code, which is also great. I don't know why it doesn't work at the beginning, so let's try with this. Okay, I just prompted this North Mini code free to create a best looking cybersecurity notes which has all the essential notes of cybersecurity beginners. Now you can see how fast it is processing things as compared to other AI models that we used before, right? Let's see the output of the North Mini code free. So okay, after waiting some time it got stuck, so let me check if it is done. So from here in this directory it has the 54 kilobytes. So here is how it looks like. So the cybersecurity nodes, you can just search nodes. Like if you want a note about SQLi, you can just search for SQL itself. So it now the color changed to yellow, which pretty much means nothing is there, I think. So let's search for something like the CIA. So now we have the CIA related informations here. So now let's search for something like SQLi. There is nothing here, so you can't see anything here. So other than that, we have 100 plus topics. Like we have limited topics, I think, because this is just the first prompt that we gave to this AI tool right now. So if you have more, then if you want to add more topics, then you have to give that accordingly. Otherwise, it won't get added, right? So you have to prompt to AI tools multiple times to get properly what you actually want. Or if you prompt only single time, then you won't be able to get what actually you wanted. So that's something to keep in mind in terms of using AI tools. Not only this tool, but also any of the AI model that you're using out there. Other than that, you know how to use these kinds of models. These kinds of free models are really great. If you used to these models, then you might fall in love with these models because these models can create a lot of things. So that is awesome. For the price it offers, it's completely free, right? So that's pretty cool about it. So I just make you familiar with these kinds of models existed, and this is how you can install, and this is how you can do something on it. So now it's time for you to try these kinds of models.